Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to a new journey. For today's video, I will be showing you guys how I cut my hair and how I dye my hair. It's been a little over a year now since I have done anything at all to my hair. Like, it's been over a year since I've cut it and dyed it actually. It looks red, like if you see it in person it looks like brownish, but like I said, it's been a little over a year since I've done anything at all to it. So I figured today is the day, and I will kind of show you guys how it is that I dye it and I cut it. I do it on my own. My mom, she gave me permission to start dyeing my hair since I was 13. So I kind of just learned, and I kind of just been doing it by myself ever since. So yeah, so let's get to it. Okay guys, so before you start, you want to make sure you have some good scissors to make sure your hair is cut properly. You don't want to mess up your hair or have, just choppy layers. And we're going to brush our hair, make sure it's brushed through very well, get rid of all of the tangles. Now, the way I cut my hair, I start off by sectioning my hair into two sections. So I go in between my temples and then I go back, grabbing part of the section of my crown, as you can see. And like I said, I'm going to be sectioning it in two sections. So the bottom section, I like to leave it thicker simply because that is where the length of my hair is. Now, I do have very thick hair and it gets really, really heavy. So the base of my hair, in my theory, I like to have that real thick, because like I said, at the end of the day, the base of your hair, that's where all of the length is. And I'm not trying to get rid of my length, I'm just trying to get rid of my split ends. So once you tie off both of your both of your sections, you should end up with something like this. Make sure when you section off your hair, I like to section it off with headbands. Make sure it's real tight, and then you're just gonna tug upwards just to kind of get rid of the parts that you are trying to get rid of. In this case, this is the amount I want to cut, because this is where my split ends begin. Now, when you're cutting your hair, you want to make sure you start off with small sections, simply because if you want to cut more later on, you can always go back. But if you cut too much to begin with, there's no way to put your hair back on. So just start off by small sections. As you can see here, I am going again, cutting another section, simply because my ends were not completely gone. So like I said, you start cutting by small sections, and then just move your way up. Make sure you pull all the way straight upwards, simply because you don't want to have, bigger layers than others. Now, once you have your final cut, you want to cut upwards with your scissors, not straight, because you want to give your hair some volume. I guess that's what they call it, or I guess that's what it does. But that's just how I do it. I just cut it upwards. Now, this is what your bottom end should look like. So if you want your hair to be in a V shape, this is how I get it. This is how I do it. As you can see where the smallest layers begin. And like I said, I didn't want to get rid of any length. I just wanted to get rid of my split ends. Now, for the top part, what I do the exact same thing. I pull upwards, and again I cut off the section where my split ends start. And like I said, if you don't want to cut too much or you're scared, just go little by little and make your way up. So after I do the first cut, I section the top part again in twos because I want 3 different layers. So it's going to be 3 different lengths of layers my hair is going to have. So I section it again, and with this one I am going to pull again straight up to make sure I get that separate layer. So you're going to section both of those away. Now this is going to get a little tricky, so just bear with me, okay? Now you should have something that looks like this. So with your second section, you want to pull upwards. Now you have to really be careful on here because your front section has to be smaller than your second layer, and your second layer has to be smaller than your base to make sure you get that layered look. So what I do is I just kind of pull both of them backwards just to kind of have an outline of what it would look like. So after that you cut. Now this would be the last cut I would be doing to these sections because again I already went in once, so I don't want to continue cutting more. So I'm just gonna cut off a little bit straight and then leave a little extra, and then that little extra again grab my scissors and start cutting upwards. And once I let it go, you should start seeing your layers. Now once you get your last layer, you want to kind of you're just gonna section it off. Make sure you brush your hair every time you section off. Make your sections because you don't want any loose hairs or bumps, and it'll just throw off your whole haircut. Now with this one, I like to pull up, and then I like to I will cut a little bit on this one. Since it is going to be the last cut, I will do multiple cuts because again this is going to be the top very first layer, so this one has to be smaller than the rest. Now this one does get 3 cuts. Once you get to the second cut of this section, instead of pulling upwards, you're gonna do the regular old-fashioned way, just pulling it downwards towards your face, again just to give it that that layered look. And again, since this is the last cut, I will be cutting upwards just to make sure again I don't have any choppy lines or choppy layers. You want to make it look very nice and professionally done, I guess. Now once you are done, this is what your hair should look like. As you can see, that the layers start from up high, and then again they go all the way down. So this is what it should end up looking like. Now quick thing, my hair kind of looks like that because when I cut my hair, I waited 3 days because I knew I was going to be dyeing it. So it's 3 days dirty, which is very oily. So reason why I don't use water, because the oil is enough. So this is what it should look like. Now when I dye my hair, I use these two. I use the Revlon hair dyes. I was trying to go red, but I couldn't find the red one, so I decided to go with this brown one. Again, I use the blondest blonde simply because my hair is just so black and so dark. I can't go blonde just in one session. And I'm not trying to go blonde, I'm just trying to go a lighter color. So I use the blondest blonde. Now you gotta be careful. Again, this is what I use. So please, please, please do this at your own risk. Okay. Please make sure you put on your gloves. We don't want to get any dirty. Reason why I use the blonde again is because my hair is just so thick and so dark. And so we're gonna have to, we're going to have to check it every once in a while, just to make sure it doesn't go over or get a color lighter than what we're going for. So I start off at my roots, make sure I really, really, really get into the roots, simply because, that's the main part. I do buy 2 bottles because my hair is so long and thick. I need to use 2 bottles. So this is one is for the roots, and this is the second bottle here, which the second bottle I use it for my ends. I did realize at the end my hair is just even longer now, so I don't I'm supposed to use 3 bottles for my hair to come out right, for all of my hair to get that nice even color. But in this case I only used 2. Again, it didn't look bad simply because I was using a blonde, so it lightened my hair, but it did it just the way I wanted. So make sure you distribute all of your product evenly throughout your hair. Make sure you just really get in there. Make sure you get into your scalp real well. Just make sure all of your hair has product. You don't want to end up with any black patches or any uncolored spots, because that's not going to look cute. And remember, we always want to strive for that cute look. I bought these hair dyes at Walmart. They were actually real cheap. They were about $4 or $3 if I'm not mistaken. So they were really, really, really cheap. And it worked really well. Again, these are not the ones I used. I was originally trying to go for a red color because I love red, but I love red hair. But I couldn't find the ones I usually buy, so I didn't want to buy something else that I don't know how it'll work. So that's why I decided to put in this brownish, to put in this blonde to make my hair go brown. So whenever I do go buy the red, my hair is already gonna be somewhat light, and the red is just gonna penetrate even more. So it'll be a lot more visible than if I would have just put it on, my natural black hair. So in a way, this is like a first step to getting to the red I want. So in a way, I'm just kind of planning for the future. Now I'm gonna just ball it up in a bun. Make sure it is all of my hair has product. At this point, I'm just gonna roll it up into a little ball, and I'm going to place a plastic bag over it. Okay, so before you even do that, make sure you massage your hair really well, just to make sure all of your hair, again, is the product is evenly distributed throughout your hair. And now you're gonna ball it up and place a plastic bag, or if you have a shower cap, you can add that as well, just to just to kind of keep the heat in once the product is cooking. Well, that's how I say it. It's cooking in your hair, because if you've noticed, when you put product, when you put a hair dye in your hair, it starts to get real cold, real hot, especially when it's a bleach product like the one I'm using now. Your hair is gonna tend to get really, really hot. And in my theory, the hotter it gets, the more it's working. So what I did do, I kind of put myself under my covers, my hair under the covers, just to keep in that extra heat inside.
Hey guys, what is up? So it is currently Monday, and I was supposed to get back to you guys right after I had my hair done, but things happened, and then I couldn't, and then Monday got here, and then I went to work, and then long story short, I literally just woke up. I was so tired today after work. I had so much to do. And I was just so tired, and I just came home and I knocked out, and then I woke up, and then I was like, bro, like, you need to finish that video. So here it is. So here's the final product. This is what my hair looks like. I did curl my hair today. So this is what it turned out like. And yeah, like I said, I just woke up. So I don't like this. So please just excuse my messy hair. But this is how it looks. I don't know if you could tell. So as you can see, this is the brown it came out to be. It's more of a copper brown. And let me tell you, like, I love it. Like, I am so in love with this color. Like, I went to work today and everybody was telling me how they love my hair. And you know, my boss even told me I look like Elsa. So I thought that was a nice little compliment. So yeah, so this is what the hair looks like, cut and dyed by me. So here it is. Okay. And again, y'all, if you guys do decide to do this, please do it at your own risk. Please remember, if you're gonna cut your hair, start cutting little by little, because if you leave it too long, you can always cut, but if you cut, you can't put it back on, if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, that was that. If you did decide to cut your own hair the way I did it, I would love to see pictures or videos. So if you do it, like, please feel free to send me your pictures and your videos on social media. So please feel free to show me what you have done, because I would love to see it. Anyways, so that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe to this channel. If you want to see more content like this, please let me know in the comments down below. Please remember, stay strong, stay beautiful, stay blessed. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.